Welcome back, design students. In this video we're going to continue rigging our rabbit character by adding bones, or joints as they're called in Maya. So let's get started. Let's switch to the side view, and I'm going to switch to wireframe by clicking up here in the viewport settings, and I'm going to freeze the body mesh by freezing it in the layer over here. Now let's start by creating the spine. So let's switch to the rigging workspace and select skeleton and hit create joints, but let's look at the options first. So let's change, if it's not already the same, let's change the short bone radius to 2 such that it is the same as the long bone radius. And then let's just click somewhere and see if that's good. That looks way too large, so I'm going to undo that, and we're going to knock that down considerably. Oops. And let's check that out. That looks much better. So let's make it 0.5 and 0.5. Now let's switch back to the outliner tab and start to create our spine. So let's zoom in a little bit, and let's put our first joint here, and then put our next one here, and then maybe our next one here, and our final one right here at the neck. And then let's select the select tool to turn off bone creation. And then let's get the move tool and select the bones and adjust their length. We want them all to be about the same length. So I'm going to hit D on my keyboard and kind of adjust these a little bit so that they're roughly the same length. And then let's go ahead and create the ear bones. So click down here at the bottom of the ear. Oops, sorry. Let's select the bone tool again. Click down here at the bottom of the ear. And maybe give the ear 3 joints. And then while we're still here, let's deselect the tool and select it again and create one big head joint, like so. And deselect the tool. And now let's switch to the front view and switch to wireframe. And you can clearly see that our ear joints need to be repositioned. So let's go ahead and click that and move that over to where it needs to be. And then click the top one and move it. Actually, just reposition them so that they're in the middle of the ear. And now let's select this head bone here and make sure, hold down D, make sure that it's inside the head. And then let's select its bottom part here, hold down D, and make sure that its joint is right at the neck. Now, this head bone should not be attached to the spine, so we need to fix that. I think we're going to have to delete this bone here, so let's try this. Let's select this one and delete that. There we go. That's what we need to do. So we just deleted the head bone. That's fine. We're just going to make another one. Select the bone tool again, and then just click away from the spine and create a head joint that should stand by itself like so. And then let's deselect the bone tool and click the move tool and move that bone back into place and just adjust it. And hold down D if you need to adjust its length. Make sure it's inside the head. And now let's create an arm bone. Select the bone tool and click here. He's only going to have one joint for his arm. He's not going to have any elbows. And now let's create the leg bone. Let's go here. Oops. That's why you need to deselect the tool between creations. And then one joint for his leg. He's not going to have any knees either. And then we need to create what's called a root bone, which is basically his pelvis. So let's deselect the tool, zoom in some, and we want his pelvis to be basically right here. So just get the bone tool and click right there, and then deselect the tool. We just want one joint right there, no bone. And then we're going to double click on that one and rename it root. And I think we're going to stop right here. When we come back, we're going to mirror these legs, arms, and ears over to the other side. It's a very quick process, and then we'll rename all our bones. And I'll see you then.